One of the most interesting pieces of equipment that I've ever tried. This one is blending a couple of categories, footwear and recovery. This is the Nike and Hyperice Hyperboot. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on the Nike and Hyperice collaboration. This guy right here is called the Hyperboot, and I've got to say that this thing is very interesting. If you're familiar with the channel as well as our website, WearTesters.com, we're very familiar with Hyperice products. We use them all the time. I love their foam rollers. They're great for recovery, and it doesn't even matter what sport you play, whether you are, playing basketball like myself, or maybe you're a runner, tennis, what's a new thing, pickleball, anything that you want to play, recovery is part of the process, and that's where this guy comes into play. Now the box is massive, so it's going to be a little bit weird for me to show, in B-roll and everything, but this is basically what it is. You open up these little flaps, and then when you pull out everything, you've got this box that's going to be sitting right here, and then you have each boot on either side. Now inside of this package are all of the attachments so that you can charge the thing, and they come with 3 different attachments, so it doesn't matter where you live, like whether you're here in the States or you're somewhere overseas. They've got multiple attachments for each, I assume, electrical outlet. Now the charging box has 2 USB ports in it, and that's where you're going to stick the USB cables. They do have lightning connectors at the other side, and that's what's going to plug into each boot or shoe. I keep wanting to call them shoe. It's not really a shoe. It is a boot. Now I have been testing these out for a little while, and I find them to be like really intriguing. The first thing that I will talk about though isn't actually the product itself. It's the price point. They're damn near $900.
Whoa, I don't know.
That's where I think that's just you're gonna miss a lot of people. And I don't say this in a rude way or in a condescending way. I'm just literally saying, like, most people, myself included, could never afford something like this. Like when we're talking about the world of retro or even just performance in general, like sticking with just basketball, a $200 LeBron is f***ing expensive. So like, I think that the product is really cool. It's very innovative. Something like that in this space, especially at this point, is pretty refreshing because footwear at the moment seems to be pretty stagnant in terms of innovation. But how many people are going to be able to use and appreciate something like this is the main question there. Now, as far as the product itself is concerned, this is not something that you really want to go and like put on and then wear. You're not going to get in your car, drive to the store, do your errands in this. This is really something that you're going to want to be able to just kind of like lounge around with at home while you're recovering, or take with you to the gym to take as you mildly lounge around. And I say that kind of loosely because usually my pregame is all stretching, but you can use this for a pregame warm-up. It's very interesting. So yeah, but the reason why I want to reiterate that it's not a piece of footwear in the general sense or in the normal sense is simply because there is no flex or anything like that. It's a rocker shape so that you can be mobile, but also stay really stiff and secure inside of what this, shell would be. So the outsole does have rubber on it, again, so that you can be mobile on it. So you can do whatever it is that you're doing around the house. Say you're doing laundry or maybe you're doing the dishes or something like that, but you want to also like use this thing, you can. And then the foam carrier is not cushion or anything like that. It's literally just a foam slab. It is to keep the weight down a little bit, and it's a heavy freaking boot. So it's not like a lightweight piece of equipment or anything. All of the weight really is in the back here, and that's where the main components of everything are. And again, it's just really interesting to use something like this because as somebody that, I do my own rest and recovery, pre and post game, I've never thought that something like this was even an option because, well, honestly, it wasn't. But in the era of those full, I don't know what they're called, those leg things, like this is like an extension of that, and it's pretty cool. So the main upper is just textiles and things like that. Obviously, there's some slight design elements to it. It's really just for function though. Like this is not a sporting piece of equipment. This is a rest and recovery tool. But the main component of the upper is all textile, and then we do have some Velcro pieces. The main booty has one major one, and then we have some TPU hot melt type of material, and that's the 2 additional straps right here. Those 2 straps actually have a couple of cool phrases on them. Get ready to move and move again. Now, when you first put these on, you're going to notice that they don't fit you one-to-one. That's because the sizing is generalized. So this particular boot is a size medium, and that's supposed to take care of the size 8 to 10 range. Each shoe does have its own set of buttons, basically. So you've got the on and off power button, the air compression button, the temperature button, and then the play and pause button. Now, the good thing is that you can completely customize what you're trying to focus on. So if you only want to focus on compression, you can. If you only want to focus on heat, you can do that as well. A mixture of both is preferred though, at least by me. And even with it being on its lowest setting, the hot portion does definitely get hot. The lowest setting for me is perfect. Anything higher than that though, definitely too warm. And when these things are on your feet, it's really interesting. Basically, there are bags that are inside of this, and they seem to be like 3 different chambers, and they just move all the way up and down your leg, basically from your heel all the way up to the upper portion of your ankle and Achilles area. And it'll decompress and then reinflate, and it just kind of goes through that cycle on and off. And while it's expensive, it is awesome. And pretty much after a treatment on these, like once I take them off and I just walk around normally, surprisingly enough, I don't have the same type of tightness in my Achilles and my ankle and my heel that I typically do when I don't have stretching involved. So again, something like this is a huge benefit. It's just, can we afford it? And as of now, I'm not sure if the majority can, but it is something to where if you can, it's really, really cool. And again, I'm not being mean or anything. I'm just being honest. Like $900 for something like this, like I would just get some stretch bands and call it a day. However, there are people that are balling like that, and if they are, I think that they're gonna love this thing. There's also some real tech heavy or tech savvy athletes out there where they love trying out new things, and again, this is gonna be one of those things that you just might wanna try out yourself. Is it absolutely necessary? I would say no, but is it something really awesome if you are able to afford it? And I'm gonna say yes. I am curious though, for everybody out there that is still watching, what would your price point be? Like, what's your breaking point for something like this for you to try out? Like, seeing or hearing about this thing probably got you intrigued, and then what would be the maximum that you'd be like, yeah, I'd spend my money on that? A lot of us are weekend warriors, so $900 just isn't feasible for one day a week, but maybe you'll use it every day of the week leading up until your weekend. Who knows? But sound off below and let us know. And with that being said, do we happen to have time for a question of the day?
This one's like a price conscientious question, so
that's
it kind
convenient.
of fits. You've talked about growing up poor. What are some of the struggle foods or meals that you ate then that you still eat now?
None. I definitely don't eat that stuff anymore. It's not healthy. It's definitely not calorie conscious, I guess you could say. It's also not good for your heart like that. Lots of butter. But yeah, the one struggle meal that I like for sure, I'm like that one's just nostalgic for me, is spaghetti with ketchup and butter. That was like our poor man's spaghetti with marinara sauce, essentially. I don't know necessarily if it's really a struggle meal because I can't even remember. Like, maybe I requested it. I don't know. But either way, I'm not doing spaghetti with ketchup and butter. I did cook it for you.
Wrong.
Or was it Kara? Maybe it was Kara.
You made it for yourself. Just
I did?
out of nostalgia, being like, I said
I can't
no,
even remember.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I can't even remember what I remember it just being like sweet. Yeah, but I definitely don't eat it anymore. Maybe if you want to consider a cup of noodle or like a bowl of cereal or something like that, like as struggle things, but like I would say that those are more like normal things. They're just happen to be cheap because they're not good for you. Plus I'm old, so like it's really not good for you. I need some protein because if I don't get it, my body feels weird. I was looking into the fasting thing. I don't know if I could handle it, but like it seems interesting. Maybe I'll try it one day, maybe I won't, who knows. But sound off below and let us know if you still eat your struggle meal for nostalgic purposes, or maybe you just like it. And if you do, what is it? Sound off below and let us know. On top of all of that, let us know what you think about the Hyperboot. Like, do you think that this is basically just something that you're interested in? Like, is this something within your wheelhouse that you're like, yeah, I could really use something like this, and it's worth the retail price to get something like this in my house on my feet for recovery? Or you're like, bro, stretch bands, way cheaper, and you can still get the job done. I will say that this is greater than a stretch band. It's just that the price point, bro. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Sound off below and let us know what you think about these in the comment section, and we will catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.